Good evening from Kirksville, Missouri. As you can see, there's lots of sunlight out there. But I'll be getting some drapes up back there when I get a chance to. Uh, this evening, I'm going to kind of mess with the phonograph and see if I've got enough wire. I'm sure I do. It's just I may have to trim some off another off the wire for the other side. And because I am dying to get to some of my records, which are over here underneath the home theater. But let's get down to it. Why don't we do something unusual? These two stinkers, both of them are at fault. One, this asshole, doesn't want people to have voting rights. And because of it, Joe Manchin, uh, McConnell said there will be no Republicans voting for it. They don't care what kind of thing that Joe has worked out. They don't give a shit. They can't win unless they can suppress voting. That's what it's about, baby. All right, I'm going to start out with the Braves win 9-1 against the Cards in the game last night in Atlanta. They've got two more games in the series, so you know where I'm going to be in a little while. Game is starting as I'm on here, but hello, Martha. I like that. Yeah, that way I can call you by name and not by what you're known as, and I like that better, Martha. I like your name. All right. Maybe we'll have some more people come into the room. But I just wanted to start out with Happy Juneteenth on the actual day. And no, it does not interfere with the 4th of July, you damn stupid Republicans. It, if anything, is about everyone, number one. And it doesn't interfere with 1776. It's just pointing out uh, June 19th, 1865. Now, what's so unbelievable about when a group of people were freed from slavery and we're all still enslaved in a way to uh, bad health care in this country? And thank God the Supreme Court decided not to strike down Obamacare. Number two is there's a lot of inequity, and that doesn't apply just to one group of people. That's white and black. And why? Because the rich people have to have everything they want, and we can't have nothing. It's not possible for us because they provide the jobs. Yeah. They provided themselves with a lot of automation with the money that they have gotten. And I won't mention any companies. I don't want to offend people that I know in this town that also work for these people. But I also know that all these companies lay people off, change their position, all because of automation that was done because they had to get their tax cut. And most of those companies don't pay a damn cent in tax. It's sickening. And I wanted to point out the ugly moments in our history is the only way that we won't repeat them. No amount of history rewriting or whitewashing helps us as a nation to bend that arc. We aren't a perfect union, and we can go back to we were headed to a more perfect union. But if we go backwards, that's not going to be the case, baby. Uh, This happening as Congress passes law to make Juneteenth national, or I think it's Juneteenth Independence Day, a national holiday, as Republicans make teaching of uh, systemic racism illegal. Oh boy, this scared the death of that. What you're trying to do is make white people feel guilty. No, and teach it. No, just teach what happened in this country. Like I was saying, uh, how's anybody going to know when you change history? You can't have something taught because you're afraid they'll find out that we weren't a perfect nation. We never have been. Shit. Never has been for Native Americans, for Black Americans. Don't give me this bullshit about because you're white, you're superior. That's bullshit. Yesterday made Biden has been in office for 150 days. A breath of fresh air, people, compared with the former 4 years. His years all stank. The more that those years stank, the oranger he got. Let's give him a good beating. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. Believe it or not, people, that calms my nerves. Oh, you can't make this shit up. DOJ releases more horrific videos from January 6th. We need to keep watching the facts as more Republicans try to whitewash and rewrite history of that day, brothers and sisters. True, pardon the pun, Trump's lies. What peaceful protests or what peaceful patriots? Did anybody see peaceful patriots there? I don't think I did. What I saw was an angry mob, and they were all supporting one man. They were carrying his flag, beating people with those flags, and intimidating, trampling, getting violent against police when they're for police. Give me that bullshit again. All right. Now, right-wing media and GOP pushing another fake conspiracy that the FBI operatives were involved. These dumbasses don't know the difference between people that are co-conspirators that have been already indicted. They're holding up on the indictment because these people are going to tell on the Oath Keepers they were a part of the group and they're working on a plea deal. That's not that hard to figure out, but it is for the right-wing media, evidently, with dog-faced Tucker Carlson. And Carlson's company, Fox News, won a lawsuit by saying that no one should believe his bullshit. Damn. And now Laserbeam, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is echoing the same bullshit. The Looney Tunes are rolling out. Thursday, Louis Gohmert was saying the same thing. In Florida, Pence was called a traitor for not overturning the election. And this was at a conservative convention called Faith and Freedom Conference. Now, new Capitol video attack Trump. No, I already talked about this. They were, and there were several different videos where supporters were taunting, pushing, and punching police officers. Yeah, that's peaceful protesters, uh, or perhaps you should consider them peaceful patriots. You can't make this shit up. The FBI wasn't involved. It is the Oath Keepers and others that are looking for plea deals with the government against their other co-conspirators in the Capitol attack. For Pete's sake. Talking about batshit crazy King Ding Dong claiming he made Juneteenth famous. Sorry, you only made it famous basically to your white base, number one. And that's where I will remind people again and again. When I was in school, and it's been going on, I guess, for in our school systems, we are taught, along with history, a lot of propaganda. That's the way it's always been. And I will remind people the Pledge of Allegiance that we have right now is not the same one that my dad, who served in World War II, grew up with. It did not have one nation under God. That was brought in by Eisenhower in 1957, I believe. Let me see what else I got. And just another thought on things. In the South, in my history of Civil War, it was about state rights. I agree with the state right, or that, I would agree that the state right to own another human being. It was never presented in the light in the South where I grew up at. It was always about state rights. Never did they say anything about, well, actually, it was about owning other human beings. No, that wasn't brought out, but I remember my history classes. All right. Oh, and I caught this morning, and I will have just a bit more about gun violence here in a minute. If the For the People Act fails in the Senate, will Joe Manchin vote to limit or reduce the number for the filibuster? And this was on Smirconic this morning. 14,000 people responded. Yeses were 41%. Noes were 59%. Smirconic was optimistic. I'm not. Joe Manchin wants to retain power, baby. There's more. It's more to it than him worrying about Democrats in the future. When McConnell, I'm just going to leave him laying there. When McConnell was the majority leader, he would change the rule whenever it was convenient for him. But Democrats are supposed to play by a different set of rules. We have got to learn to start punching. If we don't, we're going to end up with more bad people in 2022. We don't need that. Joe, you have got to come off this thing, buddy. There is no bipartisan deal. It ain't going to happen with Mitch McConnell. He's a minority leader, but he thinks he's the majority leader. And you're helping him think that way. Oh, damn, that's about all I got, people. And we got 8 out there. We got 2 likes, and we got a couple of sisters in the room. Hello, Virginia. I'm doing good. I'm doing busy work, and I'm learning more and more about what I'm eventually here. According to what I'm finding out, I'm going to have to go down to Georgia, but a lot of this equipment will go with me when I do. I'm still going to be doing my shows. It helps me. It helps me in the grieving process. So this is something I'm going to keep doing. Uh, I hope I'm sounding all right because I think this room helps out a lot, even though I've got quite a bit in here now. I forgot to check and turn up the volume, but no word from the coroner yet, Martha. They're not letting me know anything. Happens to be that this is also bringing some back into the family, and they had their work took them to where they could talk to the coroner, and the coroner uh, says they have to wait on tests. And in some cases, when somebody decomposes past a certain point, they won't be able to determine the cause of death. I'm hoping for better than that, but more or less, I've got it figured that, like my mother, he had a bad heart valve. She had a replacement. He never got one. And I think that's what took him out. I don't know, but it would help to hear from the coroner, but I can't rush their process. And basically, I'm here to celebrate Greg's life. He liked what I was doing. Uh, he criticized it at first because he figured that Donnie was going to get back in this time. He didn't think there was any chance in red Georgia that his vote was going to make any difference. And I changed him, and he did vote for Biden. I've got this thing for my McAfee came up, so I will let you go at this point. Like I said, I'm going to be watching my Braves game. We're going to run out and get something very cheap from the store to eat tonight and make it another day. Weekends are the hardest part right now because you can't really learn anything except from other family members that I'm communicating with. So I'm hanging in here. I'm going to be messing with my phonograph, like I said, and killing some time later on. Yeah, that's right, Martha. I'm 2.5 years older than he is, and I always watched after him. And that's the hardest part is he could have, through being a Facebook friend, hollered out to me that he needed help, but he just barely hinted that he had a problem with his ticker. And so he's always been, I'm the loudmouth. Let me put it that way. I like to look at the memories I have of him, and so is my other brother, Tony. We remember the good times that we had with him. I was always the loudmouth. He was always the quiet one. When it came to a band, when we started a jam band in the 80s, I was a singer. Turned out I could sit at the drums, play the drums, and sing at the same time. Greg never, he was kind of like my dad. My dad said I couldn't carry a tune in the bucket if I wanted to. Well, as Greg got older, and then he lost his girlfriend, I think he got very depressed and just wanted more and more to be left alone. And now I wish I could have known that something would happen to him, but that's not something that I had any control over. He could have asked at any time, and I would have done anything in the world for my brother. All right. I'll let you go at this time with peace, resist, persist, and I insist that we, and oh, I wanted to say something about gun violence. I'll just leave it for another time. I'll do that on Monday on the Facebook show. So have a good weekend. Get your rest. I'll see you at Blue Dot Family Meeting tomorrow night. And have a good one. Be safe and help me share this shit. Peace. Resist, persist, and insist. Now, I've already done that, I guess, but sometimes I get lost on these things, so bear with me. Have a good one. Share this shit. Go down and like and share. We're now at 233 subscribers. We're at about 409 or 410 of the actual group. Rantin Randy's, the True Patriots group. So this is growing for the Blue Dot family. Have a good one. Share this shit. Bye-bye for now. Share this shit.